We're back with another episode of the Secure Retirement Strategies podcast. Today, Mike and Lou will discuss the LIRP, the best retirement investment you've never heard of.
Lou, we talk about something in our programs and have been for the last year. It's really a interesting name. It's something that we are 100% on in terms of nobody ever hearing it. Our record is intact.
I'm asking every program, and the record is perfect.
Absolutely.
No one's ever heard of it.
And it's a spectacular product. It offers incredible benefits for your retirement account, or even in some cases non-retirement accounts for some younger people. It has tax-free benefits, and tax-free is the absolute best that you want. There's taxable, there's tax-deferred, and tax-free. And tax-free is the absolute best. And this has got a strange name, but a unique product delivery. It's called a LIRP. Lou, tell us what a LIRP is.
I love it because I will say at the programs, has anyone ever heard of a LIRP? And they laugh because it's a silly name. But LIRP stands for Life Insurance Retirement Plan. And then I say, we're going to talk about life insurance for you while you're living. Then they really look at you funny.
They really look at you funny because life insurance is for when I die. It's for my heirs, right?
And then when I get done talking about it, how it gives you tax-free income, how it gives you long-term care protection, how it gives you death benefit protection, God forbid something happens,
right?
How you get all of those benefits. Then they go, why haven't I heard of this before?
Well, let's go back to the beginning because it all falls under the IRS rule 7702.
Yep.
What is that?
You might have heard of section 403B or 401K.
I heard of 401K.
There you go. Section 7702, very simply put, says life insurance can build cash and you can take it out tax-free. And the only thing you have to do is not close the policy.
What does that mean, not close the policy?
Keep it until you die.
In other words, there's got to be like a death benefit.
Yep.
Which is why you have life insurance anyway, for that death benefit.
But you know what? You can take it down really low if you want.
You know what really concerns me though, Lou, and this is what we looked at before. Congress is always the spoiled sport.
Yeah.
Do we trust Wall Street? No. Do we trust Washington? No. How can we feel comfortable knowing Washington's not going to take this away?
Sad though it may be.
Sad though
we
it may
can't
be.
trust Congress, but you know 2/3 of Congress does this. 2/3 of Congress has one of the multiple types of forms or two of the types of forms of a LIRP. They're not going to take it away from themselves.
The golden egg.
That's
right.
exactly right. And you know the other thing we get that people will say, well, why haven't I known about this? You know, where do I see this? It's only been around since 1995, so I can understand if you haven't seen it. 1995. We're talking about something that's been around for 23 years. But you know what? The traditional systems that we all deal with, our broker, our banker, our financial advisor, they don't offer it. And they don't offer it because it doesn't fit their mold of charging you fees to pay them year after year after year. It's a life insurance product. And so consequently, they don't offer it. And you may very well have a life insurance rep as well who doesn't, because it's work.
Right.
It's work. It's not I'll sell you a life insurance policy. You pay the premium every year.
Give me a check. I'll fill the forms out.
And that's it.
No, more to it.
It's part of a financial plan that you need to look at every year, that you need to get. You need to have that professional guidance with it. But when you have it and you're getting it from an expert like we are, then you get the benefits, the tax-free. The death benefit, the long-term care benefit. So many people are concerned about long-term care, but don't want to pay premiums every year. This solves that.
How many times do we ask people to raise their hands at a program? We say, how many people have long-term care? And out of the 60 or 70 people in attendance, 2 raise their hand.
Right.
And we ask what their plan is, and they all kind of look blank faces.
They do.
This can solve that problem too. But why wouldn't I just convert to a Roth?
Well, you have the same, if you use the LIRP to move money from IRAs or 401ks into the LIRP, you have exactly the same tax structure as a Roth conversion. We can show you the numbers and go over all of that. It's exactly the same. But with the LIRP, you have more. Because you have the life insurance policy that's creditor proof. You have a life insurance policy that allows you full tax-free access to the money, and that includes your estate.
That's important.
It's very, very important. In Pennsylvania, 4.5% is what the state charges if you leave money to your kids. And if you leave a Roth IRA, they're going to have to pay the 4.5%.
Exactly.
That doesn't apply to the life insurance policy. And perhaps lastly, there's always a death benefit in the life insurance policy, and that death benefit is always larger than the balance in a corresponding Roth, which means it is ensured that it's a financially viable strategy. The benefits are much, much greater for the LIRP. All you need to do is know about it, and then you do it.
And indexing is the real key foundation to the fact this is how you make money, this is how you grow the account, which you don't always get with a Roth conversion.
Now, I'm glad you brought up the indexing, because really you're talking about a situation where, and think about this if you want to get in line behind me to get this investment opportunity, because this is only available in an index universal life policy, a LIRP. I'm going to give you the difference between today's S&P 500 value and 1 year from now. I'm going to look at those gains. I'm going to give you 100% of those gains up to a limit of 13%. So I'm going to give you everything up to 13% and no losses. I'm going to guarantee that you do not have any losses if that S&P is negative. It's spectacular, and when you look back over time, the S&P 500 has averaged 7.3%. This strategy has averaged 7.44%. I'd like to be retired getting the S&P 500 gains without any loss.
I think it's a great, spectacular program, and I think what people need to do to learn more about this, because we can talk for 3 hours on this, but the real thing to do is to call up, make an appointment, see if this will work for you, and see the numbers, how it will work for you, and how it will last for your life. You know, and there are some other benefits as well too. We'd love the opportunity to talk to you and tell you about it.
And one last thing. When we tell you something that sounds too good to be true, whenever you hear something that sounds too good to be true, the natural tendency is to dismiss it.
Absolutely.
Too good to be
Too good to be
true.
true.
Somebody's trying to take advantage of me. Go for it. No. Put us to the task. We'll
not
show
too
you
good to
that
be
it's
true.
not too good to be true, that it actually works.
And more people are doing it every day.
Yep.
We look forward to seeing you.
All of us at Secure Retirement Strategies sincerely hope that you have found this podcast informative. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to give us a call at 866-481-5211. You can also visit us on the web at srsstrategies.com. Be sure to like and subscribe to our podcast on YouTube, and you can also find this podcast in audio-only format on iTunes. Thanks.